YouTube has is the notification bell simply doesn't work for a lot of people. It's not
They're a
great.
small company. They got time.
They'll figure it out. Eventually, they'll have it all. I think they do it because I do too many things without my shirt on.
But that's why I want the content.
Right, exactly. That's the thing that brings people in. There's no doubt about it. So,
But
so
your
the funny thing is,
opinions, your opinions and your coverage is what's keeping them.
right. You gotta. It's like we were talking about cars before we went on the air here. You have to like the looks of the car.
I like
That's
the
what
ones
gets your
with four
attention.
wheels.
Right. So you see, I like the ones that have that. Like you were talking about that nice emerald green
I
of
love it.
the.
I'm a moron with car. I'm like green. It looks
I
nice.
like green.
That nice
Oh,
green.
yeah.
Okay,
All
sorry.
right. And speaking of
You were
green,
showing
happy
something.
St. Patrick's Day to you and yours. It is Tuesday, March 17th at 9:24. Welcome to today's basketball beat. This one's going to be focused outward. It's going to be a 10,000-foot view, if you will, not focused completely on Purdue, but I guarantee you we'll still our bias will still show through. But I'm
Or
going to do it a
what
little
was
bit
still
different.
through?
Our bias.
Hey. Yeah.
So, but before I'm going to do this because we I tend to forget. I'm going to thank the people that are wearing the shirt under my shirt, and that's not a lie. I've got
Yeah. Oh, I thought we're
yeah.
okay. All right.
I want to thank Home Field Apparel for making my shirt. Head over to Home Field Apparel and grab a hat, grab one of the retro looks, grab something that makes you feel special, and then maybe you can look half as good as a niche. I think that's a good goal, or you can look way better than me. Homefieldapparel.com, and also when you're on campus and you're excited about Purdue's draw, what do? You head towards the fire station, turn left. I always see the blue and black lights. But really, they're not black lights. It's black paint over the light, and there's blue lights on the sign more than anything. It's dominantly blue. And I literally took notes this time about the signage. AJ's is in large blue lights. Go
So
into the doors
it's
beneath the
not black
lights.
light. It's not like a
It's not like a
strip
black
club.
light. No,
Okay.
no,
Okay. All right.
no. That's
My
it.
bad.
See,
My
I
bad.
may have been confusing people, and
I went towards. Oh, so now you see how
that's
I
a different
ended up.
place
Okay,
where you could
exactly.
go.
But now you see. Okay, see. So
Right.
it's a normal mix up. Like is
Yes,
all
yeah,
I'm
it's
saying.
common, but you like the place with the black lights.
Listen,
Somebody's apartment.
they've got great wings. Yeah.
Yeah. So head to the blue lights, talk to the nicest people on campus, and grab yourself a brew and maybe a mixed drink, maybe a non-alcoholic beverage. Like I said, I like the root beer there. It's on draft. It's very good. I think it's triple X root beer, honestly.
It is triple X root beer. Yes.
It's damn delicious. So you don't have to deal with the inconvenience of going to triple X, and you can just cut out the middleman, go to the place that really has really good food. AJ's, eataj's.com.
This is one that I'm enjoying. People wearing the shirt under my shirt. Isn't
Yeah,
that just still boiler down? Did
Yeah,
you just thank yourself?
I did. I thank myself for that. Sometimes, and you guys know this, if you tune in here often, you know that many of the words fall out without any thought, especially with me. And that's what you're going to
Do
get.
any
Any
of them?
nonsense.
Do any of them spew out wit thoughts? Is the question.
It's a goal to have
Okay.
some thought with the
Okay. Cool.
noises that I make out of my
Yeah,
mouth.
yeah. I mean, that's nice. We all have gone. It's a new year almost. It's about a third away through the year. It's like we can
Right.
still have resolutions.
Yeah. It's yeah, we'll get there someday. So Anish and I were talking before we went on the air, and I wanted to ask him the same question. How shocked were you at that seating and that draw?
Just stunned, honestly, like entirely stunned. I had no. So we've been talking about here that you and my point was a little bit different than I think the consensus BS point, but it was that the Big Ten tournament doesn't matter. And so really I think it was the Big Ten final probably doesn't matter. The championship game doesn't matter. I think you can gain. Like, I think there are teams that gained spots because of conference tournaments before. I never thought that they lost them, but most of the time nothing happens. And I
Right.
thought that was especially true this year, where Purdue's the hole that they dug was ridiculous. In the middle of the year. And so I just thought, like, okay, what that did was solidify Purdue as three, probably the best three. The best three is what, the 12th, 13th ranked team, or is it the 12th ranked team, something like that, like in the S
For
curve.
Purdue? Seriously?
Yeah, so like the top ranked three
I mean,
seed
the
if they
funny,
win
yeah.
that.
So like the funny thing is, if you look at like we talked about, and you guys talked about the contrast between the human polls and the algorithms and the metrics, right? And it was hefty. The you know the human polls they had them at 18 a week ago, and then they adjust the poll this week and just kind of regurgitate what the seedings were. Did you see that? Purdue went back to 8, which is
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, like,
okay. All
yeah,
right,
that's really just where it was.
clever.
That being said, like, I don't think I would have put Purdue as a 2 seed. Like, I think I would have
No,
Purdue. But now that we're talking, it's like the last two versus the top three. That's like one place. Like a
yeah.
shift between one or two places is like that. But I mean, maybe we were just too deep into it, but the the way that Purdue looked. I mean, like, were you more shocked by the 2 seed or by the second half
The second half of the game.
of the championship game?
So I talked to my brother today. I said, "Did you watch my post game?" And he said, "Yeah." And I said, I was so happy at that point, like because the seating we already, I think it was about to come out, but it already leaked pretty much. You could see hints all around. Painter knew that Purdue was a 2 seed in the post game, and it hadn't been publicly announced. I don't know if you caught that.
No, really?
That
Was
was
that after?
wild to me.
Well, they must
Yeah.
have called him. They must have called him.
That's what
And
that's what I was
yeah,
like. I was like, wait a second, there's tomfoolery and hijinks all over right now. And so
who's tomfoolery? I'm not
I don't
entirely
know.
sure.
It's
Okay.
my neighbor. But the things that I wanted to happen out of the Big Ten tournament all happened and then some. Like low expectations are sometimes awesome because you're
Yeah,
so happy
exactly.
when good
Exactly.
stuff happens.
I mean, this is where we most of our joy comes from. I do want to take a pause here.
Yeah.
Denver Graham asks a very important question.
And I didn't know the
Anyone
answer
else
either.
trying to guess the hashtag under Anisha's handle? It is hashtag PGWTG. Wait, shoot, wait, PGWT WTT.
Used to do
If
this all the
anybody
time.
knows,
I have
if
no
anybody
idea.
knows what it is, please just put it in the comments, and we'll get back
Got
to it.
nothing, man.
We'll get back to it.
Yeah, okay. Good. Purdue. Okay.
You're close. You close. You're getting there.
Nice. I
But
got one.
no, I was stunned by that. That second half was stunning. But I think I was more surprised by the two.
I couldn't have. There's no better scenario for me. You come out of the Big Ten tournament completely healthy, completely healthy. You come out with renewed purpose. You come out with a higher seed than they deserve. Let's just be real honest. I
Yeah.
just like you said, I don't know how any Purdue fan. Somebody took in the comments of one of my pods said, and I don't know which one it was. That's why I'm not being cagey. Said they feel kind of bad about Purdue getting the two. I'm like,
No, I don't
what?
feel bad. I've never felt bad about Fortune going
No,
Purdue's way
take
at
the
all.
gift. Take the
Yeah.
gift, guys.
I
There's a
again,
great there's a
it's
great comment over here by Boiler Bugle,
yes.
and maybe I'm sure you've thought of it. We've talked about this idea, but saying regarding the seating, I think Jay or Michael was saying that that Purdue's in the club now, so maybe it's a newfound prominence that helps. I think that's the story.
100%. 100%. Because
This
it's
is
now it's like people love Painter, so it's like you can trust Purdue now, which is a terrifying sentence.
So everybody trusts Purdue except for about a third of the Purdue fans, sadly. And it's
You know
such a
what?
weird phenomenon we have going on right now, and I
Well,
do not get it.
so I understand the general fear of the mystery and unknown that comes with being a Purdue fan that can just blindside you, right?
Sure, sure.
So I understand that version of it. The Painter stuff is like, are we still doing this? We're still doing this? Really? Like, we're still doing the is Painter the right guy thing? Because it's like, yes, the reason we're in the club is because, like, on everybody's top 5 list of the best coaches in the country, Painter appears.
Yeah,
And for
yeah.
most of them, they're top 3. And so it's like this is why we like it is yeah, it's paint, man.
The thing that somebody reminded me of today accidentally, I'm trying to think their names. I'm so bad with names in general, but usernames, it may be even worse somehow. Shouldn't be, but it is. On Twitter, someone sent a tweet our way, and they said, "Why isn't this a bigger story? Painter is trusted and beloved by all coaches in America." And it was a throwback to August. This person it came up in one of their feeds about Painter being the coach that most coaches would send their son to play for back in August 6th or whatever that was. I said, number one, we talked about it multiple times. That's okay. I don't fault anybody for not being hanging on everything, especially back in August. But this is the thing about the Purdue fans that don't like Painter. I'm like, do you realize how respected this guy is in the industry? It's not because of the things that we see the warts, by the way, guys and girls. We're not dumb. We're not forgetful. We see them, but for me, the warts are very much erased by the good stuff. And I keep saying this. I don't think there's a coach that is active in college basketball that I'd rather have. And there's so many reasons behind this, but the big one is he's a fit for the general Purdue way of thinking, meaning there's so many things that make Purdue what it is, and not all of them are great. And Painter understands how to navigate those things. But bigger than that, he's a really damn good coach. And the fact you've got him doing something so countercultural as saying, I still want to develop high school players. I would think most fans would appreciate that idea at some level, right? I'll go to the next level. Let's pretend for a second this freshman class that's coming in, which looks really, really good on paper. They look really good. I've seen highlights of all of them. But let's pretend those guys, along with Antoine West, because he's on a red shirt. I'm not going to call Burgess a freshman because he's already played a year. But let's pretend that group takes a year or two to gel. So we get to watch them go through growing pains. We get to know them, and they all return for 2-3 years. And they're really damn good, like this good right now, but in a couple years. Would you say that's a good thing? I'd say that's a great thing. And I kind of enjoy the maturation process. I know everybody in the world wants microwave results. And I know I sound like an old man. Guess what? Look at my beard. I didn't color that way.
This has not been in doubt for a while.
Right. But I'm serious about this. And the reason I like it so much is because I've always liked the relatability part of this equation in college sports, especially Purdue. I don't root for everybody. I root for one team. I have a hard time, and Niche knows this, I have a hard time liking almost anybody in college basketball. I really do.
Oh, I thought I didn't wait until the end of your sentence.
Didn't wait
until the end. That's my fault. I didn't wait until the end of it.
But you're right.
Yeah, I know.
You're right.
I know.
I mean, I always say it. I don't like everybody, but my people that I like, I love them. Right.
Oh,
so
yeah.
that's right. And it's probably the same here in this Purdue case. So, yeah, I love the fact that there's development happening, that he wants to stick with people, that we can have crazy ideal, have college players that are meant to be college guys. Like, he keeps talking about this. He hit this. I think it was Dustin Schutte asked the question we've heard before, and he answered it the same way again, that if guys don't value the education, if you don't value the education, he has a hard time even speaking on a even playing with them, right? So he said it, I love the guys getting paid. That's great, but education has to be in this equation. It has to. So
yeah.
You can see things change so quickly. And the funny thing is there's an interesting thing happening right now as Purdue looks towards next year. I've had many Purdue fans say, I can't wait for this next year, but I don't want to wish this away. That by the way, that tone has changed in the last week for some reason.
Oh, I don't know what happened. Did something happen?
Yeah, some good stuff. But to say you're going to enjoy this, but you're also looking forward to seeing Weber play, right? Seeing Ertl play. Seeing what Antoine West is really like in a Purdue uniform, right? This is all fun stuff, right? It's gonna be great. It'll be a different sort of anticipation. The one big thing you won't have is you won't have Purdue as a number one ranked team in America, and so your expectations are not going to start where they did this year.
Exactly.
So,
I mean, like it was actually, I had to kind of look it up. The Three Amigos season that we all, I mean, that's kind of idolized, lionized, like finished with the same record. Is that right? But like, and
is that
it's just like how far expectations have climbed, right?
right?
Like what
Right.
was once like this is truly taking a program and taking a very good program and elevating it.
Yeah.
Gene Katie's best seasons are now Painter's average seasons.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a quantum leap. That is a really hard thing. It's hard to get from mediocre to good. It's really, really hard to go from good to great in anything.
I was going to say, like, you could be describing playing an instrument. You could be describing anything,
Yes.
like drawing,
Yeah.
like anything.
And it feels like Purdue has, at minimum, stepped very close into that group of great. If not, they're there. I understand that you can't call them elite. You really can't until they win a national championship. But they're as close to that elite group as you can be without it. The funny thing is, the team that I love the most, Gonzaga,
Yeah.
I love them more than Purdue. You always know,
You should buy
everybody knows
some great home field apparel.
that.
Merch.
I should get some. Yeah, with some Bulldogs on it. But the team that I love the most, Gonzaga, among some, they're just considered elite, and I'm like, they haven't won a championship, but for some reason, the national media, they just are in love with Gonzaga. They have always been in love, in spite of the fact that Gonzaga refuses to play high quality opponents, and they've had the ability over and over. If you don't know this, they have been beckoned by conferences, and they've chose to say, eh. But it's eventually right. It's coming though within 2 years. Is that true, or is that
I
a done
think
deal?
Motor City Boiler has a question. Boilered out, first time, long time. Could we get your thoughts on what Painter has learned over the years coaching against coaching genius Mark Few? I'll hang up and listen.
What hasn't he learned, Motor City Boiler? I think that's so it seems like Motor City Boiler's looked at his bracket and he sees on the horizon a chance to play Gonzaga pretty close to home. That's the one bad thing about that game. They're going to be playing San Jose.
Mm-hmm.
That's 3 hours? Is that 3 hours? Maybe 4 from Gonzaga?
So
Easy travel.
It seems okay.
The thing that's crazy is all 100 Gonzaga alums will probably be there.
I was going to say, I think that Purdue alums are, pretty well numbered on the West Coast, and they don't get that much opportunity.
Strong in California.
You don't get that much opportunity to see them if they're out there. So I would expect it to be huge, man.
Oh, I think it will. It's a weird thing is somebody who's on this podcast sometimes, he's going to be on vacation with his family, and he said he's already been pricing the flights to go to that game.
I know which SFO
you guys have been
flights. I know exactly which SFO flights I am taking. I'm trying to with as few stops as I possibly can these days.
Right.
No, thank you.
Yeah.
But it's the Elite Eight game is the game to go to. This is my favorite game to go. This is the only game that I think I will go to in the tournament. I'm saving all my bullets for every Elite Eight game that Purdue goes to.
They're so good.
And saying that out loud made it stupid because now I have to go to I have to go out west. I got to go to the Bay.
Right. That's
a disaster.
It's a horrible thing. I mean, like our perspective has changed in a week. It's gotten better.
Oh, so also not to pat Anish on the back. But what I was telling you guys,
my hand's already here.
But I can reach there.
You got long
you
oh, cramp. And I'm old.
So last week I was saying I could see this team kind of bumbling against Northwestern and bumbling in the first round or second round, maybe make it round to 32 and, bows out. Or I can see them going to the Big Ten tournament championship game and making an Elite Eight run, just winning the first two games against overmatched opponents. And now it's like that's become our expectation again. Purdue not only went to the Big Ten championship game, they dominated Michigan, a team that many Big Ten coaches right now have called one of the better teams that they have ever seen in the Big Ten.
Ever.
Like that's what
There,
Pate said.
there are many national pundits that have asked, "Is this not the best Big Ten champ we've ever seen?" We've ever seen. Granted, we are in an era where that's so common. That idea of, "Oh, this is not this is the amazing, most amazing." And I'd say, wouldn't a team that's undefeated in the conference probably be better than a team that had one loss? I just would ask that question. Right.
It's just it is among the greats because it's like no,
they are truly in an elite class. I'm not going to disagree with that at all. I don't think you can. What they did and what Matt Painter said about Michigan being the true Big Ten champ is
this is what I'm
thing to say.
I mean, this is exactly what I'm saying is that like the Big Ten champion is the regular season champion, and I still mean it. Like I still mean that this title. Okay. So one of my other things that I, in the last couple of years that I lament, yes, the St. Peter's loss, yes, the FDU loss, but with the St. Peter's loss year, that was the year before Purdue's Zach Edey, like big Zach Edey year, but Zach was still on that team. Purdue.
Ever been a little Zach Edey anything?
Oh man, please, I miss him so much. So they came in with huge expectations. They didn't win the Big Ten. They didn't win the Big Ten tournament, and they made a Sweet 16, but they had a pass to the Final Four, and they lost to St. Peter's. Like, that team, for as great as it was, for as much as we loved it, there were several Jaden Ivey game winners that were amazing. It's like they didn't notch anything. Like, they didn't get that, like that takeaway. What year was it? We will remember that as the Jaden Ivey year. But like,
let me sidebar you.
There's nothing.
I don't know if I've ever given you credit. This is the greatest Anishism of all of them.
Yes.
Okay. And I don't know if I've ever said this to you. It is the greatest Anishism.
Tell me.
Many things. The one that you say you need to mark the year with some sort of championship.
Yeah, you got them hardware.
It's so right. It's so right. You have to. If you don't, you forget the year. Right? You just forget the team starts fading into gray.
And like in all Big Ten and all national player, an All American player counts in that. So that year hasn't become a Big Ten championship year. It's usually like the blank player year, comma, when we won the right. Yeah. And so it's like that was the Jaden Ivey year, but there was no like when we won the Big Ten, when we won the Big Ten tournament, when we won the Big Ten, or when you went to the Elite Eight, Sweet 16, Final Four. It's like there's nothing in the band. Like, and Jaden Ivey was great, and Zach Edey is going to be in the rafters, but that wasn't his team. Like, there's nothing in the rafters talking about that team, and that team was so great, but it will be completely lost to history. And what I didn't want from this team is for its place in history to be completely forgotten if they lose in the Sweet 16,
right?
Which could absolutely happen, right?
Yeah. I figured out your hashtag, by the way.
Yes, Purdue is in fact going to win the whole damn thing.
The whole damn thing, yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Thank you.
So that's good. That's a good hashtag. And you used to do this all the time, and I never knew what they were. You do different hashtags.
That's right.
I just see them. I think about them.
This is the one I settle. You fill in the blanks with your own.
Yeah, it's good. This is good. So, well, let's do something. Let's go through the thought exercise of looking at the bracket, see how it affects in this Purdue-centric world that you and I live in. Let's look at the world around us, and if you'd like, Anish, I'd like to walk through the bracket a little bit.
You like this? What kind of view you like? What kind of view you want? We talked about this, but I completely
let's zoom in. Keep this view, but zoom in to
cool.
that upper left. I like that. And we can zip through, I think.
Very good.
Very good.
So you want to start with let's end with our kind of bracket here. But all right, Duke's bracket. Duke is the 1 and Kansas is the 4. What you thinking?
So Kansas is an interesting team, obviously, because of the massive amount of talent they have. But I have no faith in Kansas. If there's ever been a team that with more, I don't know if you say Peterson has been nothing but he's been a weight around their neck. I saw them play without Peterson, and I thought they looked better. Do you agree or do you disagree?
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
So if I look at this group, the funny thing is I can tell you that I have a major surprise in this bracket. It won't be that much of a surprise to many of you who've been listening to me for a few weeks, but if you look at this one, I don't have the number one coming out of here. So,
Oh,
but
can I take a
yeah,
guess? So not even to the Sweet 16.
let's see.
Oh, you just don't have them coming out of this entire regional.
They go to the Sweet 16.
Okay, there you go. So they beat everybody in this thing. St. John's is pretty good. This, like, again, a lot of the
Wouldn't that
teams
be?
this year.
That would be
a
the
lo-
Sweet 16. That round that game you just talked about would be the Sweet 16.
yeah. Oh my. St. John's is a good team. Like you guys
They
were
are a good
talking
team.
about this, I think,
They are a
on
good
one
team.
of the one that I missed. But
Yeah. The funny thing,
NIU
this is that team in the tournament that you'd say, yeah, St. John's could be the 5-12 upset, or they could go to the Final Four.
so that's like a lot of my kind of like underdog upset teams are not going to go far in my bracket because they've got awful matchups. Like this is the one, like Northern Iowa could be fun, but like St. John's, like this is a killer team. I do think they're, yeah, I think I agree with you, but I don't know about Duke.
Hey, by the way, people are saying there's no audio now. None.
Oh,
Anybody, Mackie Man, can you hear us? Because the last two said no audio.
interesting. Let me turn that off. Let's see.
I hear you perfectly. Audio's fine here. We're fine. Those two people in a row. I don't know why. What happened?
That's so strange.
It is.
But what are you going to do?
Good audio. We're fine. We're fine.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. We could go to their house.
Wait,
'cause it's
that
two
might
people.
be exactly like good audio might be no audio. That might not be a available thing.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Good. Glad people can hear us fine. Thank you for the feedback.
Me.
How about this question, Nish? And you said you've just filled out a bracket recently. How many 5-12 upsets do you have on your bracket?
We'll see. We'll see. I think, but actually, I don't know if I have any this year.
See, I've got what with 6-13. I've got a 6-13 or two, but I don't.
So there's
have a 5-12.
So there's here it's not. I assume it's not going to be Michigan State,
Nope.
North Dakota. But like to me for here, I have. You're not going to believe it, but I have Purdue in the national championship game. But UConn, maybe I see a rematch in the championship.
Yeah, that's. Did you read the blog post by Ken Palm?
Oh,
About
the one
Purdue?
that just says forget all of the, forget everything and just pick Purdue.
Which is interesting for a analytical guy to do that, and the argument he makes is funny. But I do think that argument is kind of counter to what his whole reason for being is. Am I
Exactly,
wrong?
which is why it's funny, which is why it's like,
hilarious.
yes, you can
Yeah.
still be swayed.
Yeah, that's pretty fun. Maybe he should make. There's a conspiracy theory going around with trying to think of his name. Frank Martin, I think that's his name. The old South Carolina coach who went from flowing locks to bald in 1 year years ago, probably 6-7 years ago. Do you remember that guy?
No, yeah, man. I love
But he
his
thinks
eyes.
because yeah, weird change of look. He's the anti-Shaka Smart, but the Shaka Smart's path is more weird. By the way, to go from bald to having hair,
Like to be bald by choice,
right? Especially after I don't know.
and it's not bad. This is like great
No.
hair. He's got great hair.
Yeah, there's no. I don't think it's fake either. I really don't.
No. So I think he was just bald. Bald by choice people are. I mean, like that is a different breed. Of
it is
wild.
a different breed. It's complete. I would not be bald if I had another option, but my other option is bad. It's just growing hair on the sides and back is not a good.
It's like your Doc Brown from Back to the Future.
Right, exactly. Just a lot.
Great slogan. Yeah.
Yeah.
Michigan State is really good, but I do think that UConn is going to make it out of this bracket. So I have them beating Duke, but yeah, it doesn't thrill me to say this because I greatly dislike Hurley, but
Right. Well, so you've got UConn coming out of that bracket. I've got St. John's coming out of that bracket.
wow.
Yeah.
You're just like committing to it, man.
Yeah, I am. And the funny thing is, I'm going to be wrong, and I'm going to look like a buffoon, and that's okay. It's guessing. But
you
the reason I guess that
you
way,
could be right and look like a buffoon too.
exactly, I do anyway. Everybody here knows that. So, but the St. John's got a great big man, and they've got a coach with a billion years experience.
Yeah, I mean,
sure he's filthy.
Yeah.
Does not matter. He's a good tournament coach.
He's a great coach. Yeah, but that's the problem, right? Like that's why people can deal with all this.
Yeah. So how about this? So this bracket's interesting.
The Florida
So
side.
my son, LBD, in his analysis says Clemson and Iowa is the worst game in the entire tournament.
Like just by just how
because the way they both
they
finished the season, both teams, he said these teams are bad as they sit right now. They both were decent in the middle of the season, and they're not good as they sit right now. So it's interesting. I maybe you'll get an amazing game because you have two teams that are absolutely on the ropes. I don't know. The thing that Iowa does to teams is they can take them down into a pretty ugly place with the way they play defense. So
I trust that coach, man. Oh, I trust that coach for sure.
Yep. Does Vanderbilt McNeese look like a team that look like one that could come in an upset? I don't think
this is one where it's like, here's another one. I wanted to pick McNeese for this McNeese team for a run.
Right.
This Vandy team is really good. And so it's like
Joe Inslee just said, "I need to go comb over." This is a good suggestion.
Yeah,
it works for everybody who tries it.
What was it, like $400 a day to maintain that, or $400 a week to maintain that story? It was perfect.
Right, a lot of lacquer went on jeans there. So.
Jeez, no man, Vandy's good, dude, and
Vandy's
Nebraska,
legit,
and Nebraska, like, do they get their first tournament win ever?
I say yes.
I think so too. Like, and again, Troy's like another solid pick for a run, but like, nope, that's not going to happen.
To me, Nebraska is a bit like Northwestern a few years ago when they were so good, and you're like, they got to get this win, and they got it, and then they were out the next round. That's what I think happens in Nebraska.
I mean, Chris Collins and the mayor and Hoiberg, like, they're not dissimilar.
No, but the mayor, that's a guy who's well traveled and.
Oh, and
I can't see them going on a tear either, though. I wish I could.
No,
honestly, I can't though. So, I don't hate that team, and I really like the mayor. So.
Oh yeah, and
there's one of the very few Big Ten coaches I can say that about.
This bracket is just like I see it going pretty chalk, except for Iowa. I think Florida comes out.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Go down a little lower. Okay, here's one that this is, I think, one of the fun.
You're gonna go Idaho. You're picking Idaho. You're picking the Vandals.
I got no. I'm the exact opposite. No matter what I do, I have Houston getting to Indy.
Houston is a beast, man. Yeah, I think I absolutely like. Again, Illinois.
How do you not trust Kelvin Sampson?
Houston, Illinois is going to be fun, but like, yeah, like I think that Houston team is great.
I do too.
Like that is a great team.
They've got everything you want in a tournament team, and great young point guard. He's really, really dynamic. They got guys that can create. They got experienced players. They got length. They got athleticism, and they got a coach. It's tough for me to turn my back on them. Now, how about this question? Do you believe St. Mary's glides past Texas A&M?
I do. I know you don't like the whack there.
I don't. West Coast Conference, right? WCC.
Whack. With WCC. Whack? No, you're right. The WCC. Yeah. I just wanted to say whack.
Yeah, you just want to say it's whack. It's whack, bro. Yeah. So yeah, I don't, and it's not St. Mary's problem that I hate Gonzaga, but it is right now.
I was gonna say you're taking all of your anger at Mark Few.
It's not fair.
Poor Gales. Right. Come on,
I was calling the Gals every time.
The Gals.
Go Gals. Yeah. Okay. How about this? Interesting. Wouldn't this be fun? Every year it seems like in the last decade, every year you've seen a really low team, a 13, 14, 15, do something fun. Now, wouldn't it be fun if Fran got to the second weekend with Penn going through?
Actually, that would be hilarious.
That would be
Illinois and North Carolina, so Illinois and VCU.
I mean, gosh, do you have any faith in North Carolina? That's another team I got none.
No, absolutely not.
So that's another upset that I have. If it's not on my radar, boy, I don't believe in North
It's
Carolina.
close to the rare.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, all right.
Yeah,
Anything
man.
else out of this side?
Nah, man. Houston's a beast. I think
All
they're
right,
getting past Florida.
cool. All right.
Let's go, not
Far,
ours.
yeah.
Yeah,
We don't
let's go,
need.
not ours.
Yeah,
Uh,
don't do that.
the Michigan. Yeah, so far for me, I've got UConn and Houston.
Do you? So I know 8-9. It's not much to write home about if a 9 beats 8. I got St. Louis sliding past Georgia because I watched them play a couple times. I'm like, they're pretty. St. Louis is a pretty impressive team. Another one. I got another. Here's my 5-12. There's my 5-12 right there. I got one. I was wrong.
So this is. Oh, sorry. So this would be
Akron, Texas Tech.
Oh, you have this one, Akron, Texas
Yeah.
Tech. Oh, that's a fun one.
It is a fun one because you've got is that Gross's team? I struggle with this every time, but I think it is. And that's an Akron team. Purdue played them in Mackey Arena, if I remember correctly, this year. And Texas Tech still down a man. I know they played tough for a couple weeks, but Akron's a better team than a lot of people think they are. So that's a fun 5-12 to think about because you have a shorthanded team. Yeah, I think
That's
granted. Texas Tech has some good guards, but I think Akron's tough. That's a good pick right there.
That's a fun one. That's one that's one you're gonna get some points ahead on.
Yeah. So we'll see.
I'm gonna remove our heads because they're blocking this side of the bracket. But like Bama here, I actually kind of think Bama is gonna get in front of Michigan. Is that bad?
Well, the only problem that Bama has right now is they're going to lose 17 points a game. In the guy who had a pound of sticky in his car that he didn't get charged with possession with intent to distribute somehow. But I did a little research. If you have a full pound of marijuana, that's enough to make 850 to 900 equally sized joints.
That's
going to take a while.
That's good for a month or so.
Exactly. You've got to be more than a hobbyist. I'll say that.
It's maybe a month and a half. It's fine.
Yeah. So interesting. I don't think he's coming back from this one though. And so Alabama is also down a player here. What does that do to them? Now, the funny thing is, I think they get past Hofstra either way because they're very athletic. But is there anybody that has more garbage happening every year than Alabama?
Man. Well,
gracious.
Georgia football, right?
Right. But you're dealing with some pretty rare air.
The rivalry needs to be seated somewhere. I do have to say I am a little disappointed that we didn't get the faded Tennessee matchup. Like we're not going to get them in our bracket. I do miss them.
I'm surprised because they generally try to do that.
I mean, like these are like, and honestly, it's like I have fun with it. Now I hate it in the moment because they're always tough teams. But like, it's fun to play them. I don't care.
Well, Tennessee and Gonzaga are very similar for Purdue right now because you have so many wins in a row. And I see this is where my logic just kicks in. I say it can't continue forever.
Rent's got to come due. I know.
Come due. So here's my deal I make right now. My deal is Purdue beats Gonzaga in the tournament this year, and they lose in the pre-con next year. It's as good as I can do.
I can do that.
As good as I can do.
Right, I can do that.
Okay. If we can agree,
I take that deal.
All right. I think we'll do it then. So Purdue will be 6-1 come late or mid next November. Because that's the first. That's early. That's an early game.
That's pretty bad. We're not going to be November champs then. That's a lot we're giving up.
That's the thing. This isn't like we're not giving anything up. That's a very good point. Very good.
Here, I mean, like I again, like maybe it's the bias here, but like Iowa State's a beast, and I know that they fumbled once or twice at the end of this season there, but it's like, no, I'm picking them. Like,
right.
They're
I
nice.
Completely agree. And maybe my bias of being in Mackey Arena and watching them kick Purdue's balls in.
That's it. Exactly.
30 minutes is.
And even then, it's like I'm having a tough time between. I think Bama, even with the arrest, like I think Bama is going to be friggin' tough.
So you think if they can get to Michigan, that creates a lot of problems because of the similar length, similar athleticism.
I think either Bama and I already scrolled up, but either Bama or Iowa State makes it to the Final Four over and past Michigan.
Okay. All right. Cool. So we can talk about this in a minute, but let's go back. Let's go to that top of the back. Is there anything interesting here at the bottom there? There's one thing that interests me, possibly. Kentucky.
Oh, you mean
another team I don't trust?
Oh, absolutely. Like I there's no chance that I'm picking Kentucky in the first round.
Right.
Which is wild.
Kentucky, Santa Clara, another. Yeah, it is. It's another one that, I did not have them passing through. So
don't worry, Iowa State's team, even if they win, Iowa State's team is going to beat Kentucky and then take the Kentucky job immediately after the season. It's fine.
Man, I don't want him to go to Kentucky.
No, not at all. I like Kentucky.
But
like
you're right.
A non-factor. Arizona's bracket. Are there teams in this one?
But wait a second. Hold on. I might be misunderstanding something culturally, but you're not allowed to fire the Pope.
It's true.
You have to wait for the Pope to die, don't you?
Well, I mean, that's just a technicality. Yeah, that's a technicality you can get past. I mean, you know what I mean?
Little
you
Catholic
can work
humor.
with it.
All right. So you got a good story in Long Island playing Arizona. No issue there. The second one comes right up. These 8-9 games are tough. I've got Utah State.
Utah State for sure to me. I like Villanova, but Villanova is not the same team, man. And so it's I want them to find another coach like that, but Utah State's real good. I love this Wisconsin High Point.
This is a fun one.
Because it's this is again one where I'm Wisconsin's pretty hot now at the end of the year. And High Point is one of those 12 seeds I'd pick in the Sweet 16. So it's something's got to give here, which is wild.
So High Point are they 30 something and 0? Is that right?
Something
or 30 something and 1. It's a ridiculous. I think they have the longest winning streak in America. I think that's true. And so you have a team that is pretty hot, playing probably their best ball of the year, versus a team that is absolutely white hot, nuclear hot, whatever you want to call. High Point has been able to hang with teams in the past too. So that's a game that. Here's the question: can you guard Wisconsin's ginormous white dudes around the 3-point line?
I mean, this is a tradition unlike any other.
Exactly, because Purdue sure as hell couldn't. So another one, Purdue-centric view.
It's not going to surprise that I've got Purdue going to the Elite Eight, and playing one of these teams on this side. I don't think it's going to be Arizona. I think that's my biggest upset here. I absolutely think Cal could take Arkansas past Arizona.
I do too.
Absolutely. And so I think that's who's waiting for Purdue if they make it to the Elite Eight.
So I've redone this bracket 4 times, of course, because I worry about it most. I think about it most. And I've got a couple different choose your own adventure endings. My favorite one, obviously, has the good guys cutting down the nets. But the whole thing I look at, I've got a problem because I don't have my original Impulse tournament bracket. I had no ones in the Final Four. And I'm that's not going to happen. Last year did you have all number ones in the Final Four?
Yeah, it was all 4. This year is shaping up to be about as top heavy as last year. Right. I also have no number ones in my Final Four.
Ooh. And the funny thing is, I got mocked by LBD about this because he's a thinker, and he went and did his first bracket.
Because he's got brains.
But he did it, and he said, "Dang it!" And I said, "Oh no! What happened to you?" So
it's I think it's all 2s, baby. I think we end up with 4 2s. So for sure. I think Arkansas comes out
there. Yeah. Okay.
Right. So Purdue's bracket, the one that Purdue will win.
The one confusing thing about this part of the bracket, there's one very, 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 very confusing thing about this bracket. Why the hell did Missouri get this ticket to play what they're playing?
How do you get it? To be playing in your home city? You gotta be a top 4 seed.
Right? Yes, yeah,
you can't be a 10.
Makes no sense. So the next question I have, and maybe someone watched, because I didn't watch any of the committee reaction because I was at AJ's eating appetizers. And I also had Jake's protein bomb, I think, the sandwich. It's I think it's 14 burger patties, some fried eggs, and some bacon. And it
Nice.
was
It
amazing. Yeah,
seems it's
really.
good ratio of meat to
Yeah,
bread.
exactly. Yeah, and the buns you could barely find them. It was just like my hands. It was the bun
It's just
disappeared.
like your bun. No, it's the opposite of your
No, it's
buns.
the opposite. Yeah, those are easy
Yeah,
to
yeah, I
find.
can find them. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
It's like the Great Wall of China. You can see it from the
exactly.
space station.
It's sizable. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But Purdue. So the funny thing is, they got to play an athletic Miami team, which I think Miami gets by Missouri, or they get to play Missouri in a quasi home game. What, 2.5 hours from home? I think so.
Yeah, yeah,
That's kind of rough.
and I think that's where most grads go. You know what I mean? Most Missouri grads end up. It's well, I guess like Missouri, KC, or St. Louis between them.
Right. Right.
Yeah, no, it's going to be a road game. I'm not sure. I kind of want Miami to win. Like I don't know if I. But that being said, it's so strange because it's like this year's team has been so good on the road.
Yeah.
So it's like I do think that this team can handle it.
Yeah. I do too. There's a great the idea that you can separate home and away games and call Purdue the number 2 team in America, which some people have done. They've looked at the analytics at Purdue away from Mackey, and they say, okay, they're the number 2 team away from Mackey, meaning they're the number 2 team in America when they're not at home. It's pretty amazing, but sadly, those other games did happen. So, okay,
And
question for you,
sadly, we
Anish,
had to
because
watch them.
you've been talking about AJ DeBonta.
You
For a
called him? What'd you
long
call him? CJ? DJ?
No, I called him DJ Abanza, which is awesome. And the funny thing, as I said it, I was completely confident I was right. So
you even said it like 3 times.
yeah, because it sounded great, and it does. It still sounds great. It flows off your
It's a
tongue the
great
same
name.
way.
Honestly, also a great name.
Yes, yeah. So maybe that my next son will be named DJ
It's the whole
Abanza.
thing.
Yeah, DJ Abanza Boiler Dowd. Yeah, that doesn't flow quite as well. But you've been waiting for this guy. You cannot wait till he's in a Pacer uniform. That's the first
Correct.
thing.
Correct.
But before then, does he make enough noise to maybe get his Cougars to?
You think past
Purdue?
Gonzaga?
Yeah.
Yeah, I see. I mean, I think Gonzaga is really good this year, but superstars have these kind of games in the tournament.
sure
man.
do.
And I think he's a beast. Like I think
He is awesome. He's so fun to watch.
Real.
Too. Yeah, he's legit. So,
So you
the
see
thing is,
BYU
Fletch Lawyer
past
won't have any
Gonzaga.
problem with him. If Purdue gets to play BYU, there's no problem. Fletch Lawyer will be all over him.
No, he'll shut him down.
Yeah, easy.
I say
peasy. So,
confidently. You know what's weird? Okay, can we look at? Can I have you do an exercise like not
like
like jumping jacks or anything? Like is good.
I'm good at that.
This Purdue team gets this draw a week ago.
Okay.
What do you think happens? Do you think Purdue makes it to the Elite Eight?
A week ago, I'd say they lose the second round
Yeah, to Missouri and Missouri.
to Missouri.
Like you're,
Exactly.
yeah. So you're feeling awful about this.
Right. Now I'm like, this is great.
Yeah, so it's like, yeah, what a rational thing we do.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that's fun. Did you see Mackie Man's DeBonta versus Heidi?
Oh, yeah, it'll be nice. That'll be nice.
Fun.
Has Texas already won? Is Texas playing right now?
They're up by 7 with
Okay.
almost 3 minutes left in the half. So,
Okay.
in case you're not near a television, the crazy thing, this is a crazy, it's a crazy broadcast team. This is Dick Vitale, Charles Barkley, and somebody.
Good Lord.
Courtside. I haven't listened to a minute of it. I'm sure it's wonderful. So, that number 2 on Texas, gracious, that's crazy hair. It's not just a bad hairline. It's nuts what he's got going on. So, by the way, Anish, so we talked about pickup basketball recently, and we're looking at something that happens in pickup basketball where, you throw the ball off somebody to keep a possession, right?
Sure.
Okay. Have you ever thrown the ball at somebody's face to keep a possession?
Yes, absolutely. Like it just smacked him in the head. Not just once, not many times, but more than twice. I've also, it's like when you have a fast break and you're playing for a little intramural, so you're inbounding and stuff, and you have a fast break. You think you have a fast break. You're a really good passer. You really confidently go and throw it, and you hit the bottom of the backboard, and it goes immediately right back at you.
That's awesome. That's a lot of fun.
This is among my favorite moments in my my pickup basketball history, and I have friends
Find
that
it on
still
my
don't.
greatest hits.
But I still have friends that are like, it's like the Grink memes where it's like you mispronounce one thing and it's like that with your friends for the rest of your life. That's the only play that exists for those friends.
Right. That's right. They're never gonna let it
It's
live. Never let it
it's
die. Live down.
it's brutal, baby.
It is.
I
Yeah.
I'm unbiased. Purdue is here. Purdue's making a march to the Elite Eight, and he's going to spend a lot of money to get to San Jose.
All right. Well, you're probably. I could say in this case, you're probably going to be representing BS. You and Jay. I don't think I can afford going out there for this one. So.
Hey, and you'll be hosting in Indy, so that's fine.
Right. That's a deal. We got to do.
So I think
idea.
Purdue goes. I think Purdue has to go through Arkansas or I think Purdue has to go through Arkansas to get to the Final Four. Actually,
It's a again. Arkansas has somebody that's tough to stay in front of. Not a couple players, but Acuff is special.
he is a monster.
Gosh, man.
He's so fun. And actually, his last 2 weeks have been.
Dude, that fadeaway in the right corner.
It's gorgeous, man.
That was a beaut. So like I said, I've got two versions of my bracket. One is my dream version, and one is I got sobered up. So I went to the doctor for a normal yearly checkup yesterday, and my doctor is a Purdue alum, and so this is funny. When I was looking at a doctor a couple of years ago, I had my doctor retire, and so I was looking around, and I found this guy, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna try this guy because he had availability. Sure, that's good enough for me.
Yeah, that's the best ability is availability. That's what they say about doctors.
That's what they say about, and also he was nearby. I was like,
yeah.
I'm sick of driving a long way to the doctor. So yeah, the two things you want most is availability and proximity. That's perfect. He turned out to be a very good doctor, but the reason I stuck with him, another very good reason, he's a Purdue alum. I did not want a damn IU guy, and he's perfect, right? Is that not the greatest?
It's amazing.
Family doctor. So
it's amazing.
True. It's absolutely true, and I give you his name, but I probably shouldn't do that. I just feel bad about that. Anyway, I told him that I had Purdue winning it all in my first bracket that I did, and he said, "You got it. You can't do this voting with your heart thing. You've got to be smart. I know
you're gonna die. This is gonna.
That's not gonna work for you.
That's not. We can't have this happen. This is too much of a risk.
So
you should start smoking cigarettes instead.
Exactly. Let's get on this. But I did an alternate version that is probably more logical, and instead of Arkansas coming out of the West, I had Arizona in my logical version.
Oh, for Purdue.
Yeah. And so I got one. I have a logical Final Four that has one number one seed. And I've got, and actually, well, this one, I did not do this anywhere. I had a scratch out here. This one, so this is like my fun one. My most fun route includes Purdue going through Gonzaga.
Yes.
Iowa State. And Duke.
That's nice.
I mean,
that's nice. That's a boiler down special. That's a boiler down special right there.
Yeah. Because originally I have my original one was Houston versus Purdue in a retribution game. Purdue, of course, cut down the nets. This one, I was like, oh, let's have a lot of fun. And we'll go Purdue versus Duke for the championship. And Matt Painter gets it. And Shire continues to look like a moron.
Listen, like it happens. I think all number twos make it. I think Purdue versus Iowa State, like you said, and Purdue versus UConn. This is my version of the dream one. It's like I want revenge, man.
It's better. That's better than
Yeah, but yours is your own. Like, mine is
it's my flavor. Exactly.
exactly. Mine is the universal flavor. Your mint chocolate
Yeah.
chip. For the people
Right.
that really like it, you love it. You know what I mean?
Yes. Yeah. Well, the reason I'd like yours, because the reason I really like yours is in this scenario, I would probably be near Yukon fans that are
Yes,
complete a-holes, and I
absolutely.
would watch them cry or leave with their tail between their legs before the clock hit 000.
Well, they
That's
take the, you know,
pretty awesome.
they take after they take after their leader. Do
Yeah.
you want to
He's
go
the worst.
talk to readers or commenters here because I got to go get my charger.
Okay. Okay. Sounds good. Sounds good. So,
You know
you
how
go
to
ahead.
vamp on your own.
I can do it. I think I can. I think I can handle it. But go ahead. So there's some good comments on the side. The only problem I have when I'm running the stick here, being in charge, is I can't move the comments up and down. So what's in my screen is all I can deal with because there's only one of us that can have control. Since there's something here that is addressed to me, I'm going to go with this one. B Dowd, you look like a semi-pro rugby player for Ireland, who then comes home and puts his glasses on, teaches community college or night school over Zoom. And thank you. And this is I think this is a rugby jersey. This thing is old. This jersey, and it looks like kind of like it's been played in. It has not been played in. I had a buddy. He wore this one St. Patrick's Day. It's not a joke. I moved into the house in '02. He wore it. No, I moved to the house in '01. We had St. Patrick's Day at their house. He was a buddy from high school. He's wearing this shirt. And he said, "Do you want it?" I said, "Sure. It's going to be huge on me." But guess what? It's either shrunk or I've grown
No, it's
over
shrunk.
the last 25,
It's
24
shrunk.
years. So, and check this out. This is the coolest thing about this, right?
That's great. O'Dowd on the back.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah. So it's pretty legit cool. But it is old. And I only wear it one day a year, and this is it. This is my St. Patrick's Day uniform.
You've got to that, and you've got it personalized too, so that rocks.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, that's cool. And the funny thing is, like, I did it. I paid too much money to get that stitched on there, and the letters they put on there, the green faded onto the letters too, which is kind of lousy.
Oh, well, that's how you know it's a high quality job.
Exactly. Everything was all on the up and up. So
Yeah.
yeah. So Manish, do you have any more surprises in your tournament bracket that you can think of after we've
I
let it
think
marinate by
as
running
top
to get a charger?
as top heavy of hey man, listen, I only prepare moderately for these podcasts.
No,
I think
don't say that.
there were the two seeds. Like for me, in a year as heavy as top heavy as this one, I think all 4 2 seeds in the final 4 is like about as bold as I can get because I think a lot of the the traditional 12s, 13s, 14s like seem to have really bad matchups in the first or second rounds, and it's like I don't know if I see them getting past to make enough noise.
Right. By the way, we were all counting our chickens before they've hatched. Every person had Texas playing BYU, but not so fast, my friend. It's already 30-29. NC State has cut into the lead. 35 seconds left. So that game. 35 seconds left in the half. A lot of basketball left to be played, of course, in Dayton. How about this? Anybody on the live feed? Have you been to Dayton for the first 4, or as I call it, the play-ins? Have you been there?
I would love to.
I would love to go to.
This is like how have we never talked about doing this? It's not going to be that expensive to get great seats.
Oh no way it'd be expensive. It's always packed though.
Yeah, because
so
they're
I don't know how
sickos,
they
man.
do that.
This is a sickos convention.
Yeah, the cool thing about it is that arena looks so much better than when they started. They've done so much to it. It looks great.
Oh,
And-
really? I don't know if I remember.
Yeah, so they added things. They added boxes up top because it was small enough in its footprint. They couldn't add them anyplace else. They've changed the lighting. It's cool. The NCAA has done the city of Dayton some good things, and it's a.
That's awesome. It's so strange.
awesome.
Why'd they pick Dayton? Like, why? That's such a strange
I don't
place to
know.
have it. But like, I
I don't
kind
know.
of like that. It's so weird.
I do too. Yeah. So Motor City Boiler, just like being at this game, drove through Dayton yesterday. So that's close.
That's pretty close.
My mother-in-law is from Dayton, So
That's also pretty close.
yeah, that is all. That's right. That's almost like being at this game. So
That's not
um,
bad. I think. Oh
whew,
yeah.
that's a good question. Top question. Thad Grubau asks, how far in the tournament does Purdue have to make it for it needs to do an entire handsome hour or basketball beat shirtless? That's a great question.
The Purdue wins a title. This is my version of a bathrobe this year. Purdue wins a title. I'll go nips up. You know what I mean? But maybe there might be a peak or two. Who knows?
Wow. We will. Our demographic will change on that night, and it will.
That's
be,
it. Yeah,
It will be
exactly.
Cougar Land. It'll be like we're in BYU Stadium. It will happen. So,
Listen, man, is we got to bring in the ratings somehow.
yeah, that's what we said. Sex sells. Absolutely does. So, great first half, says Double D Sports, who, by the way, Double D Sports, they're one of our big rivals, and yet they're our friends. They interviewed the head
Yeah, speak
coach.
for yourself. I'm not friend. I'm not.
Okay,
I'm not
okay, there you go.
friend.
So, okay, that's right. That's okay. Let's keep
not.
the line in the sand.
Yeah.
But they are from the other side of the tracks. What they
Oh, my
did recently is something that I don't do generally. They interviewed the Queen's head coach.
That's dope. That's awesome.
It is dope. It is dope. So I linked it on our Twitter feed.
That's awesome.
It's real awesome. So good for them. What's the worst?
We got to step up our game. What are we doing?
Absolutely. Here's the thing.
We lost that round. Like,
Let
what do
me
we?
say,
What do we?
we lost that round big. But here's the thing. We are like, if you knew all the ideas that come and go in the Boiled Sports feed.
The ideas, the number of ideas that we have, unparalleled number of ideas.
But then the
in this
execution.
Listen, we're all. This is the problem: is that we're all 5 CEOs. We're all 5 ideas men, and none of us. It's like
hey, get somebody on that. Get somebody on that. Make it
But
happen.
we all say that. We all say that. It's like
Exactly. We're
doctor
all
shaking
pointing
another
around.
doctor's hand. Doctor.
Doctor.
Like, yeah, that's it.
We've got no Mrs. Boiler Dowds around. There are no nurses who actually
There's
do
no
something.
execution. Yeah, no.
Yeah. So let's see. First 4 in Ohio. Okay, there you go. So Motor City Boiler thinks he's pretty smart. First 4 is held in Dayton, Ohio at the University of Dayton Arena because the city has hosted more NCAA tournament games than any other in history, offering a passionate basketball community. This is a press release.
Yeah, I was gonna. What?
Gracious. Reliable logistics.
What is going on?
High ticket demand.
What is happening?
Location. I don't know what just happened.
What is happening here? Is
thought we
this
were
sponsored content?
Is
Motor City Boiler? I thought he was a Motor City Boiler. Is this all a ruse to say he's Dayton Boiler?
Dayton is one of the old motor cities because back when the automobile was being made there were a lot of cars coming out of Dayton. So
wow, you're right. Maybe that's what they're talking. This is a Dayton man here, Motor City Boiler.
Yeah. What's this Google you speak of, Motor City Boiler?
I don't. No, I love that.
Yeah. So that's it would be a fun event to go to, and the problem that we all have, Anish, is jobs. That's it. So I've told you guys about my woes. After we get off tonight, first thing I will do is I will try to rip the audio on here to get this thing posted over on Believe, and then I will go work for 2 to 3 more hours tonight. I am under it, as they say right now. So it's been.
It will be. It's almost the most wonderful time of the year, man. It's almost the most wonderful time of the year.
Yep. I got to get this work done. So Thursday and Friday I can feel unencumbered as guests come to the beat out house.
Like snacks and basketball,
snacks, pizza, snacks. Oh yeah, bourbon,
dude, snacks and hoop. I might change my name to Snacks and Hoop.
That's pretty good.
Honestly, that's all I need in life.
That's all I gotta do. Yeah. So, Anish, you're gonna be here about what time?
At the casa. Yeah, I'll show up. I'll start driving now. I'll be there in 6 hours.
Get on it. So, yeah. So, well, you have any closing thoughts? Because if you don't, I'm gonna end this basketball beat.
Well, I've never had a single thought, but if I did, I do think that this Purdue team being good on the road and finishing the season like this bodes well. I do think so.
I agree. The
And
thing that we
yeah.
always ask every year from our Boilermakers is just play your best basketball in
Oh
March,
my
April.
gosh.
That's
And
it.
and honestly, it's like we were talking about Braden and saying that he looked like he for large chunks of the season didn't care, that Fletch wasn't being aggressive, that nobody around TKR was stepping up in the second half of the season. Oscar Clough was unbelievable. Fletch became himself again, and I think like he's due for a breakout game one of these next 4 games, I think. And dude, like the Braden we love is back. Like this is Braden from last year.
It is. It is. So let me ask everybody. There's a great theorem that you brought to the floor behind the curtain in our text thread. And it went something like this, that we're going to see a version of Fletch Lawyer that gets Purdue over the top, akin to Ryan Klein dropping 30 on
100%.
Tennessee. And I
100%.
replied, I can believe that not at all. And here's why. Because Fletch has a conscience, right? He doesn't
That's
just
true.
keep shooting.
Honestly,
right?
you're right. You're right.
But we can ask, you can put your comment in the comment section because some of you guys are live. Am I out of line? Is there a
No,
version of Fletch that drops 30 in a college basketball game?
and as much as Boogie, as much as Carson loved, holding the rock, like he let Klein do that.
Yes, he
Like
did.
if Lawyer did that, I think Braden would strangle him before the end of the game. You're right. You're absolutely right.
yeah.
I didn't think about that.
Yeah. So it's a very interesting thought exercise because Fletch is a much more complete basketball player. I believe he's statistically significantly, like at least 4 points better than Klein was from 3. I think that's right.
And
As a
and
first
the
career.
last 2 years, the thing that's actually impressed me the most about him is his ability to get to the rim. Like
Yeah.
and his lack of fear to go in and draw the foul as Purdue's best free throw shooter. And so it's like it's he played amazing. And then Braden, I just like, man. And TKR, the other big thing was like, I'm so glad that TKR had that night out of all of these guys, because what happened senior night was not what he deserved in terms of kind of a high point to go out on. So it was awesome that this Purdue team actually has some silverware to put to this season so that we can remember it in that way, without the NCAA tournament being that entire pressure. And like just getting that moment for TKR after redshirt, being a 4-star redshirt, top 75 redshirt, and staying for all 4 years. It's like, man, I love that for him.
Have you seen, because I retweeted it, have you seen TKR's pizza commercial that just came out from As It Pizza or Pizza
No, is he a thespian?
Oh, it's awesome. It's great. It's TKR at his best because he's talking about the philosophy of how to make a pizza.
Oh my God, I love it.
So I retweeted it. I highly suggest, if you can find it in the BS feed, probably not too far down, but it's in there. It's in there. And it's very, very, very worth.
That's amazing. I need to watch this immediately.
And he's so good. He's so good as a pitch man. Like, it's great. I just highly suggest it. And he continues to be one of the most likable dudes that has gone through Purdue athletics.
100%. 100%. I was going to say, like, we've had some of our greatest, and we just talked about we talked about Rondell Moore, one of my favorite players to ever come through Purdue. It's like TKR to me, like in my mind, is up there, not because of like what he did, like, the brilliance on the court, but it's just like the consistency, and then like the kind of dude he is. It's like, oh, I love it. He's genuinely one of my favorites, man.
I'm a big fan of people that are strong enough individually to be different than other people, right? I just am. And it's without it being a bit. There are a lot of people that try to be different, and it's just kind of like, okay, they're just TKR doesn't try to be weird, and he is the best brand of weird.
He's
awesome. He's awesome. He's so cerebral. he talked about in I think it was very recent interview, either post game or he talked about the advantages and disadvantages of being a philosophy major and being a basketball player. And he also said, I really don't bring philosophical talk into the locker room ever, which I found interesting.
Well, it's like he knows. Like, I mean,
Exactly.
He's a full human, which is awesome.
Yep. Yep.
You were talking about this, but Fletch, Cobra stats, Fletch 48.1 from 3 post slump on 104 possessions. That's a real sample size, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, that is legit. So that's great. And Cobra Stats brings the heat all the time.
I love it.
Is it the best Purdue follow? Even, I mean, is it the top 3? Definitely.
Yeah, top 3. If you were going to say one, similar to the other guys, like I'm going to declare war on Cobra, so let's not do that.
Exactly.
The only other thing that I have here, first, Joe Ensley doesn't snacks and hoop play for Hofstra. Yeah. Snacks and hoop.
Snacks and hoop is a really, really athletic wingman, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, he plays for he played for what's the Florida State coaches, the old Florida State coach's name? Leonard Hamilton. He played for Leonard
yeah,
Hamilton,
that was one of those portal gets.
Oh my gosh.
One of the rare ones that went down and just thrived, right?
Exactly.
So that's awesome to see.
And the last thing I have to say is Greg, which is that Purdue's going to win the whole damn thing. This is my analysis. This is my unbiased analysis from your local neighborhood, Anish.
And I think that is the perfect way to end it in the show with Anisha's hashtag Purdue gonna win the whole damn thing. I'm Boiler Dowd, Anisha's co-host. I love you guys. Good night. So now we're supposed to say something funny.